Hey friends, you are with Kim Byers at the Celebration Shop, and today we're going to make some fun fall decor. So I've started to design fall SVGs and Halloween SVGs, and so this one, I want you to hop down below and grab this one. It's I made it to make like a fun little pennant. That's what we're gonna do, to put at the entryway of my house with a collage of other fall items. It's gonna be really darling, but it says, "Go jump in the leaves." And so I think, you could actually put it on a t-shirt or something if you wanted to be sarcastic, right? But I think it's gonna be really cute. We're gonna use some different colors of iron-on, but let's go over to Cricut Design Space. I'll show you how to upload it, get everything ready. We'll send it to our maker, and then we'll jump over to the craft table and put everything together. So let's get busy. Okay, so here we are in Cricut Design Space, and I've already uploaded my design. I'm going to place a link down below, so if you don't know how to upload designs, it'll just quickly walk you through how to do that. But so we have our design in Cricut Design Space, and the next thing that I want to do is I want to make sure that it is sized appropriately for the project that I'm doing. They have a ton of templates here, t-shirts, aprons, all kinds of things, but what I want is not in this template section, so I'm just going to grab a shape, a square. My pennant is about 9 inches wide and about 8 inches long before it gets to the triangular portion of it. So I'm going to unlock these, and I'm going to make it 9 by 8. Okay, and so then I'm going to go to arrange and send it to the back so that I can somewhat see how this is going to work. Okay, so you have to imagine that there is a triangular area down below, but I still feel like it's maybe just a little too big, so I'm going to make it slightly smaller. I'm going to erase that, grab the corner just slightly. Okay, so now at this point what I want to do is I want to ungroup my design pieces to get everything ready to go to mat. So just select your OH and make sure that those are attached, because you want those letters to cut together in an order. And you want the same for in the leaves. And so we're just going to attach. Go Jump is already attached, and then these are individual pieces, the leaves. So let's just go ahead and select Make It and see if they come into the mats the way that we want them to. Okay, great. We've got the 2 red leaves, we've got Go Jump, and then we've got the brown leaves, and then we have in the O, and we have the purple leaves. Now I'm going to be using some foil colors for this to kind of give us that fall effect. So the colors in Cricut Design Space might be a little brighter than the actual colors that will make it onto the final pennant, but I think it's going to look really good when it all gets done. Now on Go Jump, if you guys craft with me ever, you know that I love saving materials because I craft a lot and I don't want to waste anything. So on this, I feel like I really want to move the leaves over and take advantage. I might just turn them some, take advantage of this empty space here instead of wasting it. Okay, so that's a little closer, a little tighter. Now the other thing you have to remember is because we are ironing this on using our EasyPress, we are going to always, always, always mirror our design. So for the leaves, it's, you know, it's not that big of a deal. I mirror them anyway, just in case there's any small intricacies that I'm missing, but for lettering, absolutely, otherwise it will read backwards for you. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and mirror each one of these. Mirror, mirror, and mirror, and then we're going to go ahead and connect our machine. I'm going to be using the maker today. Connect our machine. You see up here it says maker. Back in the previous screen you could have changed that to an EasyPress 2 if you wanted to, or whatever machine that you're currently using. And then we'll select continue and be able to choose our materials. Okay, so now my maker is attached and I can select my material. So I'm going to be using iron-on. I use a lot of iron-on, so I already have it in my favorites list. And so if it's not, you can go to Browse All Materials, and then if you use something all the time, there's a little star that you can click next to each material that will put it here on this page for you. So we're going to select Foil Iron-On, and now we're ready to put it on the mat and cut. Okay, so here on the craft table, we have all of the different supplies. So I'm going to use a glitter for some of the lettering, but then I have a lot of foil. So I have a brown foil, a red, and see, again, I told you like these are these colors are a little different than they are in Design Space. Then I have like this purple, which I actually think is really quite beautiful, especially when it gets ironed on. And so what I'm going to do is cut out how much I need of each individual piece. So like for the purple, I really just need, I think looking at Cricut Design Space, it was like 2 inches by 1.5 inch. And because I am a hoarder of materials and I don't like to waste anything, I am going to use my Cricut cutter to make sure that I am cutting it exactly the right dimensions and then placing it on my mat and putting it in my machine. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so the material's in the machine, shiny side down, and now we're gonna start the cut. And don't forget, guys, mirror image. Make sure you mirror image. Okay, so I went ahead and finished weeding all of the different materials, and I've placed them on my pennant to kind of get an idea of what it will look like when I iron it down. Sometimes when I design something, it looks great on paper, but then when I move it to my material, I like to switch things up a little bit. So my leaves aren't in the exact same order, and I did decide to go less sarcastic, and I took off the O. So we're gonna go with foil in Go Jump and in the leaves, and then we have glitter. So when you're using an EasyPress 2, look at the heat guide and make sure that you have the appropriate heat for what type of material you're using and then what kind of base you have. So glitter is actually gonna be a little hotter than foil, and so we're gonna do the glitter first, and then we'll cool our machine down and do the foil. Okay, so I actually had that wrong. Foil is hotter than glitter. So we're gonna take the glitter off and put it to the side, and we're just gonna work with our foil right now. And so I have preheated this, my base for 5 seconds. And so now we're going to do 290 degrees on the foil, and we're going to do that for 30 seconds. Now you really want to make sure that whatever elements you're doing, you're covering that entire element. So if a couple of these leaves don't fit, and they're not under this size, then we will do those in round 2. Actually, it looks like just one. So light pressure. So a couple of things, you lift up, do not slide, and then I'm just gonna take this leaf off for a moment. We're gonna flip it over. And typically we would iron on the back of this too, but this particular pennant happens to have some sort of film on the back that's like a stiffening agent to make the pennant lay flat, so we can't flip it over, but typically you would flip it over and do another I believe 15 seconds on the back. Just follow your guide. Okay, now for foil, guys, you want to allow it to cool completely, like 100% completely, otherwise it's going to wrinkle. So while I'm waiting on that, I'm just gonna place that back. Thinking that. Okay, so now we'll do the second, and we'll do it the same way as we did the first. I went ahead and replaced in the leaves and did that as well. Now I didn't remove any of the backers because I didn't want the foil to get messed up, and now that obviously I had to cover up this leaf when I did in the leaves, so I need to wait till this foil completely cools. And then for glitter, you can actually take it off after about 30 seconds, 25-30 seconds, but with the foil you need to wait till it's all the way cool. Okay, so then once we get ready to peel, we're gonna peel from corners, like you always peel at an angle. We'll start with our glitter, peeling at an angle. Looks like it's all staying in place really well. There we go. I'm so ready for fall. So ready for cool weather. Okay, so for our foil, that one, these are pretty cool. So let's go ahead and try. Very nice. Look how beautiful that is. Oh. And I ended up using like a rose gold. Uh-oh, that one's coming up. So what happens when one comes up like that, then you're going to just reapply your EasyPress to it, and then you'll need to wait on it to cool again. But I was going to say, I went ahead and used like a rose gold instead of the purple, and I actually really liked the way it turned out. It turned out really, really cool. Okay, so we'll go ahead and lift up each of these others. Beautiful. That one's about done. And then we'll go ahead and do this one back. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed making this craft as much as I enjoyed hanging out with you, and I hope you'll hop down below, grab the SVG, and you'll hit the subscribe button, ring the bell so you don't miss any of my future videos, and I'll see you guys next time.